Good morning. Thought today you could squint while looking out my window to the school. Okay, so fine shower of water. We all scattered. What the? Fran turned to his back to protect Hannah from the spray. It was too late. The baby was bawling from the shock of the cold drops on her face. Only Candy stood there, bewildered, gazing around in wonder, his big ears dripping. We looked to the sprinkler controls. Beatrice still had the tap in her teeth, a defiant expression in her brown. It only made Tina cry harder. There was nothing wrong with that kid's lungs. The upstairs window opened and Katie stuck her head out, her nap interrupted. What's going on? That was enough to draw my mother onto the conversation. She stormed out onto the back porch. Donnie! That was what passed for math at our house. Brad's dog plus Brad and Katie's daughter plus our sprinklers equals my fault. I caught a quizzical glance from Chloe, which told me that her 159 IQ couldn't figure it out either. Core. For sure, he'd be out to make another comparison between the real world and the Marines, where reality just didn't measure up. As much as he loved his family, he really missed military life. I almost felt bad for him, except that I was on the part of the real world that didn't measure up the most. We're all taking on a little extra responsibility these days, Donnie, my mother added from the window. It wouldn't kill you to pitch in. So Candy went back inside, and I took Beatrice out on the leash. Chloe and Marie Curie walked with us for a while. Chloe tried to make me feel better. It's basic psychology. Beatrice is acting up because she's jealous of the new baby. Chloe had some kind of specific theory for everything. It doesn't explain everything, I grumbled. Brad is out to turn me into a Jew. I'm going to have to find a new family. Off on Zinnia Street, and Beatrice was calmer now that Brad and Tina were out of her line of vision for science. Hang in there, girl, I said to the dog. One of these days, the little kids swarming over the equipment. That was when I noticed that one of the little kids wasn't a little kid at all. It was a big kid who just happened to be little. It was Noah, and he was throwing himself around in the wood chips that surrounded the climbing apparatus and slides. Why was he hurling himself to the ground like that, his arms and legs splayed out wide like he was a starfish or something? It took a while, but I figured out what he was up to. Hardcastle's newest cheerleader was trying to teach himself to. A burly, muscular kid on a bicycle came tearing onto the, stopping with the front tire half an inch from Noah's belly button. Then the big guy was down off the bike, hauling Noah up by his shirt. Hey! I was on the run toward them, Beatrice loping at my side. It was the kind of bullying I'd been on high alert for since Noah's day one at our school, but that had never quite materialized because a few snide comments and a sudden burst of enthusiasm for dodgeball in gym class. I recognized the kid, Hash Taggart, who was kind of the uber jock at Hardcastle Middle. He wrestled Noah to the ground and straddled him, a knee pinning each arm. They were pretty loud, too, the lacrosse star's booming voice and Noah's answering squeaks. I gave you a million chances to back off, Hashtag was raving. An imbecile could have figured it out. Are you sure? Noah replied seriously. An imbecile has an IQ between 26 and 50. My IQ has been measured at 206. Shut up, Hashtag bellowed. I'm not listening to you. You make people crazy. Although, of course, these days the idea that IQ tests provide a true measure of intelligence is considered. Shut up, Hashtag bellowed. He drew back a meaty fist about to pulverize skinny Noah. I left my feet in a desperation dive and tackled Hashtag. It hurt like mad when my nose slammed into his shoulder, much as when it slid through the wood chips, picking up splinters over at least half my body. Hashtag turned his attention away from Noah and onto me. Sure, he was 5 times bigger than Noah, but he was still at least twice the size of me. Funny that I should only consider that when it was too late. It was my fallout blindness the Daniels found so entertaining. I was great at taking action, but not so great at thinking about the consequences first. Curtis? He roared, springing back to his feet. Pick on someone your own size, I shot back, which was probably stupid. Any sumo wrestlers in our neighborhood. And then his fist was coming at me. It made contact with the side of my face, and everything went gray. That's what we'll stop for today. Hope you can get outside and enjoy this lovely cold weather.